Good morning, class 5. So good to see you again. I'm back. It's a Thursday. Yes, and good evening to those who are watching this in the evening, and good afternoon to those who are watching it in the afternoon. All right, children? So I'm back again, and you all have been doing your work so well. Very good, children. Okay, but as I said, keep all my answer PDFs properly, either in the Google Drive if it's an Android device, or in the cloud if it's an iOS device. And if you are doing it in your computer or your laptop, you can very well use an USB storage. Okay, that is your pen drive. All right, so save them properly, keep it properly. And if you have a printer, then very good. All those who have a printer can directly download and print it out. And children, as I said, there are 2 notebooks which are to be maintained. Okay, exercises which are to be done in the book, never mind. You can keep the answers. You don't need to do it if you don't have them. And if you have them, you can definitely do it in the book. You can use a pencil to correct it. Alright, so today we are beginning with a new lesson, again a literature topic. Alright, because previously what was taught to you was the surprising buns. Yes, it was an interesting story. And today's story is also going to be very, very interesting. Okay, it's funny. In fact, it's talking about somebody who forgets, who's not able to recollect. Okay, so we have completed 2 chapters of book 1. Okay, My Best Book 1. So we are beginning with My Best Book 2. As I said, these are integrated books which are going to have many subjects in it, and there are 8 parts to the book. Alright, each subject, at least English, is going to have 2 chapters in each part of My Best Book. So we are starting with My Best Book number 2 for class 5. And the name of our prose, you know what is a prose? A story, okay? So the name of our prose is Post Haste. Okay, and this is our 8th class, day 8, lecture number 8. Okay, it's been 8 classes, imagine. Okay, now this is our chapter 3. All right, and Post Haste. So this is just a warm-up exercise which is always there in all the chapters of this book, particular book. Okay, My Best Book. Getting started, this is like a maze. Okay, help Tula find her way to the post office. So it's the post office out here. So it's like a maze. This is a fun exercise. You can do it if you have the book. If you don't have it, you can use your mouse, isn't it? The cursor to do that. All right? Fine. May I move on with the chapter? Okay. And children, as I said, you must have an Oxford dictionary to yourself to know the meanings of any words you want to know. Either a Collins or an Oxford dictionary. Now, the Simpsons. How many of you might have watched the serial called Simpsons? Okay, yes, the name is similar. Okay, there's a particular very famous serial which it's a cartoon. Okay, Simpsons, very one of the American shows. Okay, so the Simpsons have shifted to a new neighborhood. New neighborhood shifted means they have relocated. Okay, they have shifted means they have relocated to a particular locality. That's called a neighborhood. Let's say from Hakimpara, out here in Siliguri I'm talking about. Okay, if it's Hakimpara, you're moving to maybe Pradhan Nagar. Maybe in Delhi, you're moving from Greater Kailash 1 to maybe Faridabad. Okay, GK1 to Faridabad. Okay, so they have relocated to a new neighborhood. Let's read to find out whether their neighbors are helpful or not. Yes, that is something we always look forward to, isn't it? Helpful neighbors. I say, I'm pleased to see you, declared the little man, standing dejectedly by the pillar box. So here, little man, he is of course short. So dejectedly means not happy, let down, not satisfied, by the pillar box. Yes, we can see the post letter box, isn't it? Oh, how low, I said, stopping Simpson. Isn't it? Okay, so I means the narrator. The Simpsons were newcomers. As I said, newcomers means somebody. Yes, the newcomers of class 5. Hello. Okay, so newcomers is somebody who's new to the neighborhood, and my wife and I had only met them once or twice. Okay, so So the narrator is talking about himself and his wife. Yes, that's right. Returned Simpson. Return means reciprocated, okay, conveying something in return to what the other speaker had said. He seemed quite gratified by my ready recognition. Gratified means, very, very acknowledging with happiness. Oh, he knows me. Oh, he knows me. How nice. That's called gratification. Ready recognition means identifying, able to, like, he's already known. The narrator said, oh, that's Simpson. So, somebody tells me and I don't know that person. My neighbor knows about me and says, hey, Gargi, welcome to our neighborhood. So I feel so happy, I feel so gratified. Oh, wow, he knows about me. She knows about me. I wonder if you could let me 3 happens. Okay. So Simpson said, oh, so nice you know me. Can you lend me? Happens is like a short form of half a penny. You see, my wife gave me a letter to post and I've just noticed means observed. It isn't stamped. So we know that a letter without a stamp cannot reach any particular destination where the address is. Okay. They never are. I said sympathetically means little bit of grief, okay, little bit of unhappiness, yes, sadness, okay. It must go tonight, it really must. So Mr. Simpson said that. And I don't suppose I shall find a post office open at this time of night. Do you? So he's asking the narrator. The hour being close upon 11, I agreed that it seemed improbable. Improbable means no possibility. So I thought, you see, I'd get a stamp out of the machine, explained Simpson. Only I find I haven't any coppers on me, means coins. Coppers means coins of less value. I am awfully sorry, but I'm afraid I haven't either. So the narrator said, I'm so sorry, but I don't have either. I told him, concluding my explorations. Exploration means searching. That is called explorations, hunting. Oh, do I have? Let me check. Okay, let me take out from my wallet. No, I don't have. All right. Oh, dear, he said, just like that. He was the sort of little man. Okay, he was that sort. Oh, dear. So the narrator, that's how he is, Oh, dear. Oh, my God. That's how he explained, okay. So he expresses with a strong feeling, okay. So he has an exclamation for every sentence he speaks. Perhaps somebody else, I put forward, I in the sense the narrator. There isn't anyone else. He looked up the street. So he looked up, the street, and he said, there's nobody here. And I looked down, okay. He looked up and down the street. We both drew blank. No one. Nobody around. Drew blank means, drew blank means fail to remember, cannot remember. Yes, well, I said, and made to move. Okay, so the narrator said, yes, well, and he began to move. Now let's see. Off, but he looked so forlorn, standing there clutching a blue unstamped envelope. Okay, forlorn means sad, dissatisfied, unhappy, and maybe in his mind, oh God, what am I going to do? Oh my God, I'm supposed to post the letter today and I can't do that. Oh my goodness, Lord. Okay, so that was an expression which showed on his face, but it was inside his, inside him, which was like talking. So the narrator observed that. Blue unstamped envelope that I really hadn't the heart to desert him, means the narrator saw that expression and he didn't feel like leaving him alone. Desert him means leave him alone. You know what's a desert, isn't it? Desert means barren, totally void of anything. There is nothing in it. Little, spaces, and then you move forward and then you see oasis, and again you go, it's just sand. So desert is an expression which is used to signify alone. Tell you what, I said, you'd better walk along with me to my place. It's only a couple of streets off. So he said, you know what? Why don't you follow me? Why don't you come along? Why don't you tag along with me? And I'll try to hunt up some change for you there. So he said, come along with me and let's see if I can get you some help from where I live. It's really awfully good of you. Okay, that's a strong feeling. Again, you see an exclamation mark. Said Simpson, blinking earnestly. Blinking is this. You can see my eyes. That's called blinking. Okay, earnestly means sincerely, honestly. Very sincerely and seriously. That's so good of you. Meaning it from the heart. At home, we managed to run the coveted 3 happens to earth. Okay, so at home they were hunting coveted 3 happens. They were hunting and driving everything, throwing here and there and hunting half a penny. I handed the sum to Simpson, who in the most businesslike way, businesslike, okay, like that, made a note of the loan. Okay, so businesslike means taking a note of whatever you're spending in his pocketbook. So he had a pocketbook also, scribbler. Alright, that's called a pocketbook. And departed means left. I watched him take a dozen steps up the road and then return to me. I'm sorry to trouble you again, he said. The fact is, we're still quite strangers. Strangers means unknown. Around here, and well, I'm rather lost, to tell you the truth. Perhaps you direct me to the post office. I spent 3 solid minutes explaining to him exactly where the post office was. So he was trying to explain. See, he's explaining to him, this is what the direction is. This is the tiny little Simpson man. At the end, I felt as lost as Simpson. So the Simpson man is quite troublesome, you see. He's always nagging, whining, bickering. And then he's not able to understand things. It's quite irritating. Okay. Much flustered by this reminder, Simpson went off up the street at a trot. Okay, flustered means, my God, irritated like that. At a trot. At a trot means, almost like walking and running, like fast movement. Either you're walking or running, so it's in between. Hi, the other way. I rode after him. So he called, hey, the other way. So that's called rode. Sorry, he panted. That's called panting. Returning, I'd rather think I've forgotten the way again. I didn't even start to explain. I just took him firmly by the arm. Okay. Now, firmly means come here types. Okay. Come hither. Took him by the arm and escorted him. Escorted means gone along, tagged along. Okay. And you know about the bus also, escorted and unescorted. Somebody who's there to receive you, somebody who's not. I mean, if you're unescorted means you go on your own. Escorted means you have somebody to accompany you, go along with you. Escorted him to the post office. In time for the midnight collection, he dropped in his letter, and then, to finish off my job properly, I took him home. So he wanted to complete, otherwise he was totally confused, isn't it? So he said, let me at least reach him back home. Okay, let me at least reach him to his house. I'm most awfully grateful to you. Really, he assured me. Assured means make you certain, confirm. Earnestly. Earnestly means honestly. From his doorstep. See, so good the neighbor is. I can't think what I should have done without you. That letter, it's only an invitation to dinner to good gracious. Why? What's the matter? Nothing. Just something I remember. What? But he didn't tell me. He just goggled at me like a stricken goldfish and jerked out a good night and popped indoors. All the way home, I was wondering what it was he'd remembered, but I stopped wondering next morning when I had to pay the postman 3 pence for an envelope with a great muddy mark on its face. So, what had happened? This invitation was for the narrator, isn't it? This was an invitation for the narrator. But What had happened? Simpson did not realize, okay? He did not realize that it was actually the narrator, the man who was talking to him, the letter was meant for. So his wife had already invited his neighbor for dinner, and it was the neighbor who helped him. So have you seen how confused he was? How? And blob of dirt means in between, while handing over the letter, his letter had fallen on the ground. Okay, so that's the time he got that blob of dirt in it. Alright, fine children. So the lesson is here till here. Now there are few things which I want you to know. The previous lessons, question answers, meanings and everything is being tagged along, okay, is being sent across to you. Fine. And this chapter's teaching content is being sent along with the previous chapter's question and answers. This chapter's question answers will be sent again next week. You have a week's time to complete your homework. You need not mail me the homework. Okay, make sentences. You're going to do it on your own. You can refer a dictionary if you need to know the meaning of the words I have given you. Alright? Fine? Okay. Here, this is what the reminder from me is. The meanings, question and answers, reference to the context, think and answer and make sentences of the surprising buns are being attached today. The question and answers of post haste will be mailed next week. You need not attach or send the exercises for literature. You can complete the homework in a week. If you feel there are certain explanations which might have missed out, please read the book properly again. Alright, please read the book in the sense, the teaching content what I have sent. Okay, and you can refer to a dictionary for the meanings. Alright, an Oxford or a Collins dictionary. Fine. Bye-bye children. Stay locked, stay safe, be good. Bye.